guys, I've got an envelope here and I know that this will be the game that I've ordered. I ordered one of the rare Game Gear games and normally it goes for like 15 to 20 quid. But I decided that I didn't want the map or the box or anything that goes with it because it just takes up space. So that meant I could get it cheaper as well, which is an advantage. But mainly it's the space thing because these things take up a lot of space. But if I look up there, it's about twice the size of a PlayStation 2 game. Right up at the top, we've got Echo the Dolphin. It's about twice the size of a PS2 game. So I decided that that wasn't worth having, so I picked this up instead. And it's got the usual problem that the glue is not very good. You can tell from this that's a Codemasters late edition Game Gear game. And the reason that you'll find a lot of this particular one like this is because the glue is appalling. It's fantastic dizzy. Now, that should go on there. I'm going to leave it off for the moment and clean up the mess that's all over this. This is typical of Codemasters games from the era. The glue wasn't very good, so you'll often find the Dizzy game with a weird speckled pattern over it, or in many cases just gone entirely. So, I've got my Game Gear here. We're going to test this out. There's a bit of a rattle. Which, oh well. But let's give it a try. And that's the other reason why you'll find that these Codemasters games have an issue with the sticker. You put it in, sticker forward. Which of course means that it rubs on the case. Now the issue that we normally have with the Game Gear is, I haven't recapped this yet. I will do at some point, but I haven't had time. So, I've got to plug it into the Mega Drive's power, with my Mega Drive 2. And when I do that, I've got to basically turn it on and off and on and off and see whether it works. So let's give it a try. At some point I will get around to recapping this. Now I've got a flash on the screen. You might want to stand up, Jim. I've got a flash on the screen when I turned it on, which tells me that it's doing better than normal, but still nothing on the screen. Of course, this could mean that the game's not centered or anything. So let's do what I should have done at the start and put columns in there. Now, this is a game that I know works and works well. Yeah, the screen's capacitors are going quite badly. Staying on for longer, so let's just leave it powered a little bit. See how it goes for that. I really, really must, in the next month or two, get this recapped so I can actually play games properly. It's getting better. I'm getting there. There's a lot of issue with the capacitors. It's the price you pay, to a certain extent, for using consoles from the 90s where this was a big issue. This is also why on most Game Gear listings on eBay you'll find that they're listed as parts not working. It's a major, major issue. The Game Gear has a massive, massive capacitor problem. It's one of those things. The capacitors that were available at the time were not good, and we didn't know that until later on. So, we'll leave that there for the moment. We'll get back on with it later once I've done all my work today, and sometime in the next couple of weeks I'm going to have to recap this, and we'll do that as a bit of a vlog thing. But for the moment I'm going to get back to editing Jen's video. It's massive. It's at 36 minutes already and I haven't put any of the extra footage in. We're going to be here a while. Okay, let's do it.
I think we've got a winner here. We have a first model that I have done a box opening and review on this channel, where I can find nothing wrong and the price is incredibly keen. So here we have it. The very first Jenny Kirk seal of approval, 10 out of 10.
That's an interesting power shot I got going there. Right guys, is this, yes it is on. Down here in the town hall now, and I'm doing some emails and phone calls once the computer boots up. But I thought, since I was down in town, I would have a quick check and see because we had something to trade in. A game that a friend had given us, that they'd picked up in a charity shop and gave to us specifically to trade in for our stuff. We traded them a bit of cash for that. And as a result, a bit of credit, but I thought I'll have a look around. And then, funnily enough, didn't use the credit, just automatically just went to the counter with a card, picked up Lilac Wars. It's Star Fox 64 for those of you who are not British. Looking forward to playing that. This is a really heavy cartridge. I think there's a lot more in here than you would expect. So, very happy to have picked this up. Gonna see how that goes. And computer is now on, so I can get on with some work. It took over 2 hours to edit that video for Jen. I'm glad it's done. I don't like having big projects hanging over my head, you know? So I'm glad that's done, but my goodness, took a while. Anyway, things are up and ready now, so I'm going to get on with that. And then I've got a meeting later on, so actually not that later on, it's getting close now, so I better hurry up. Talk to you later. Right, all done, so I'm heading out now. Got to go to this meeting, and it's going to be a busy day, but that's how I like it. Let's get going. Right, I'm out walking toward the meeting I've got to go to. I'm about 20 minutes ahead of schedule, so I'll get there early, which is always a good sign. It's a meeting with Bolton Home. I was put on the board for that, on the council members for the board, which is kind of a promotion. It's interesting, so I'm happy with that. That'll be interesting. I'm not entirely sure what this meeting's for. I think it's a general introduction and a talk about what to expect from these meetings, which is good, like an induction thing. I think that's what, if it is that, it's going to be well worth it. And then after that I've got to go home because I've got to do some script work, and that's comics and videos. So that'll be my evening. It's going to be a busy day, but I like to be busy. I think I've said that a lot. That's turned into my catchphrase. So that'll be good. I got recognised on the way up here as a vlogger. I think my camera is giving it away these days. The look of it, because it's a big camera with a big curved tripod, so I can hold it without looking like I'm holding it. I'm holding the camera right now, and it doesn't quite look it from the way my shoulders are placed. If I held it out like that, you would expect to. But with the curved camera, it allows you to get closer without making it look like you're doing vlogging. So that's good. But people recognise that style of camera these days, so people are saying, are you a vlogger? Can I hold your camera? So it's just school kids, you know. I say, yeah, I'm a vlogger, I make stuff for YouTube. And they're always amazed by how heavy this camera is. To be honest with you, I forgot how heavy this camera is after spending 7 weeks of essentially just carrying around the action cam. But I'll get used to it, I always do. Right, enough waffle, let's get to this meeting. You sit with me back to me because you're annoyed that I've been out all day at meetings. Is that where it is? You're blending in with this weird carpet, you know. You are. I remembered something the other day, that I'm working with this little keyboard here for the Big Mac when I'm doing writing and things, and sometimes it causes issues, like with the inability to use the function keys just as function keys. I've got to press the F12 and all that. So I decided that the best thing to do was to pull out this, which was a gift from a friend a few years ago, Lisa. When she, it's a bit dusty because it's been sat over in the corner. When she moved to America, she left behind all the stuff that was not useful to her. I'm just going to clean this while I'm talking to you. And as a result, I ended up with this Norwegian full travel Mac keyboard, which doesn't tend to get used an awful lot because I'm not entirely sure why not. I think at the time it was because I didn't have a big Mac. It would have to be connected to the little MacBook, and there wasn't really much need for that. But it was good. It's a very good keyboard. It works really well. So I decided, my goodness, it's filthy. So I decided I'm going to break it out and start making some more use of it. So let's do that. I'm going to finish cleaning this up, and we're going to put batteries in it. Because at the moment, as you can see from this photo and video, that I'm just using a little keyboard. It's going to mean I have to move my diary and a couple of other books off the desk, but it's a small price to pay. I have a massive issue with electronic stuff today, just not doing what I needed to. The Game Gear earlier on, this now. Okay, let's try and set up this keyboard. I'm not entirely sure how you do it. Well, I've got a flashing light on the back. Doesn't seem to want to do it. Aha! I want to pair that. It takes a while. Did I just pair it? Yes! It's connected. Works. So, now I've got a much bigger keyboard, and that should make it an awful lot easier to type things out and also use the function keys. That's probably the most boring thing I've ever put to camera, but at least it's done now. Well, we're starting to get something out of the Game Gear now that the thing is charged for a bit. So, giving it a little bit of time to properly charge up, and then there we go. Now we're getting the Sega logo. My goodness, that screen is filthy. We're going to give it a minute, and then I'm going to put the Dizzy game in and see how it goes. It's not quite coming together, but we are getting something, so Oh yeah, just a bit of electrical contact cleaner on the cartridge and it works. Dizzy on the Game Gear. This pleases me.